90% of kids don't ever use this backside. They don't ever, back in the day when I played, they used to call it squash the bug. And they used to, teach us to go there. They don't teach us, we don't teach anymore necessarily here because we want more momentum going here. So I always tell them, with the little, I still use squish the bug, with my 5-year-old, but now I want him to really squish it into the ground with the tip of his toe because we want to get that backside. That is the one thing that they don't do. And I tell them all the time, you're going to get 50% of your power from here, and you're going to get 50% of your power from here. Are you guys going to hit a home run? Probably not. But that ball that squeezes through the outfield, or the infield to the outfield, okay, may or may not get there if they're not using their lower half. Okay, so you really got to harp on kids. Okay, again, I'm lefty, so everything's backwards. I call it right. You guys call it backwards, but all right. But everything, you've got to get them doing that. You can tell them until they're blue in the, until you're blue in the face, but they ain't gonna, they don't even get it. So you got to force them to do it. So with our guys, with young guys, or whatever, what I want to do, and my partner's a hitting instructor, got his own facility. He told me one time, he said, you've got to put these kids in drills that force them to do what you want them to do. Okay? And again, I have about 1,000 drills. So if you leave here, my contact info is all over the school website or arabianbaseball.com or whatever. If you got a kid that's struggling with one specific portion of the swing, you send me an email or something like that, I'll shoot you about 20 drills that you can pick and choose from, all right, that you can use that'll help fix that swing, all right? But the one thing you got to do is you got to put them in drills that's going to force them to do what you want to do. So what I say the most important thing at this age is going to be the back side. So the one thing I do is I make them put their toes, okay, on the plate. And notice, whenever we hit off the tee, we made these. I mean, they're just, I don't even know what they are. Coach Stout made them. The cheapest old, whatever thing you can buy. We always, our players will not hit off the tee without a plate. Because what happens is they line up to the tee. Well, you don't want to hit the ball right here. You want to hit it out in front of the plate. So we always make our guys hit off the tee, so we always put them in the right spot. Or hit it off the plate, so they hit it in the right spot. So what I'm going to do with those guys, maybe, if I get it to stay, let's go. Oh, it's this right here. Yeah. There we go. Okay. I'm going to make them put their toes here, okay? And then I'm going to tell them from here, get your stance. I'm going to take this back, plain and simple, I'm going to put mine back. So this part's sticking out right here, and all I want them to do is tap. What's it forcing me to do? It's forcing me to get that there. If I don't come all the way around, okay, I'm not going to make it, all right? If I got to force myself, okay, and I don't even care, I tell them, I don't care if I hit it hard or anything like that. All I want to do is tap it because I'm forcing myself to use that lower half, just like that, okay? Because it's almost very basic, but I was out, last 2 weeks ago, and what age group did you have? 13, and I'm making them do that drill right there. So, it happens at our age level sometimes, I don't know where, how they sneak through, doing that, but you got to get them doing that. You can spend 10 minutes a day making them do that, because again, what are we talking about? We're talking about muscle memory. I'm making them rotate that. And if it's easier, if they're getting it here, you notice they're not coming all the way around with the back foot, and they're touching the ball, make them move back, make it a little bit harder on it. But that's, I'll tell you, that's the main thing I see with kids these days, is they don't use this lower half to get the most power out of their swing. So that's the #1 drill. If there's any drill that I would think you would need to do with that one. Because I can sit here and talk about mechanics. You got to get the knocking knuckles lined up. You got to get the hands right here. I'm not a big open stance, closed stance guy. Definitely not a closed stance guy. But I got a couple guys that are open stance guys, as long as they're hitting. At my level, as long as they're hitting, I'll let them keep doing it. But as soon as they start struggling, I tell them. As soon as they walk in the door and they got an open stance, I'll tell them, you can have your open stance until you start struggling, then I take over. And then all I'm going to do is bring it right back here. All right, and I'm going to put it back down, make sure they stay stretched. Okay? I'm a